All right, what do you think of this?
Well, I don't know what to think.
So this guy, he hired me to optimize his website, which I did, and I'll explain the psychology of my design later in this video. But first, I wanted to have some fun. So I challenged myself to design the website banner fully blindfolded, and then present this design to the client as if it's my final polished design. But let's just give this a shot. I have the equipment set up. I have a blank canvas. Let me turn on voice commands, and let's do it. Okay. Oh man, this is tougher than it seems. Press T key. Move cursor right 700 pixels. Move cursor down 500 pixels. Hopefully this is toward the middle of the screen. Type 98% of companies. Select all. Let me try and copy and paste this. Okay, so first attempt, not good. I was sending my parents a picture of them when they came to visit me, and I was just in Photoshop before. Now I need to start over because I didn't actually complete it. So take two. Press T key. Type 98% of companies. Select all. Hopefully you are seeing 98% of companies moving down, if it is doing what I think it's doing. Okay, hopefully that's increasing the font size of 98%. Press 1 key. Hopefully that pressed like the number 1. Doing that should change the opacity to 10%. Select all, and I will center everything in the middle right now, hopefully. Okay, that was supposed to be the center button. Let's go for another subheadline. Type, our dashboard solves this. That was something that the client also wanted to insert into the headline. I forgot to change the opacity, and I don't know how to select. Oh, this is gonna be awful. But I think I have to commit. All right, let's see the damage. Oh no. Oh no. Oh no. All right, so I need to sell this as the finished, polished design. All right, I just sent the link to Kirk and I'm waiting for him to join. I'm gonna show him our beautiful design. I'm getting nervous because I really don't want to do this. Hey.
Hello.
Hey, can you hear me?
Perfectly.
Let me share my screen with you.
All right.
Yes, I've been working on some new designs. Just want to get your thoughts.
Oh, good.
All right. Can you see that?
Yes, I can.
All right. Here's the first one. All right, what do you think of this?
It says IYP. That's all I see.
Yeah, it's a little abstract. Trying to make it a little different. What do you think?
Literally all I see are upper right-hand corner IY.
Yeah, I was trying to go in a different direction. Yeah. Do you not like it?
What does IYP stand for?
It's just kind of like an abstract design.
Well, I don't know what to think. You mean like the homepage? I led at the homepage, and this.
Yeah,
is what I see?
like the banner section.
But it wouldn't say IYP. It would say.
I mean, you don't like the little abstract nature of it?
Yeah, it's so abstract. Even an abstract guy like me is driven to abstraction.
So you don't. That's a no on that one.
No.
All right, let's look at some interesting psychology related to their website. Let's start with something easy, like this graphic. You need to be careful with designs like this. I see the intention of this indentation, but if you were to insert this graphic into the sensory world, it would topple over to the left. You want this entire process to feel stable, but there's a subconscious feeling of instability because of this design. Now, there might be exceptions. In one study, unstable logos performed better for safety products. This feeling of instability made it seem like the environment was unsafe, which in turn strengthened the desire for these safety products. But in our context, this feeling of instability will get attributed to the process and service. Instead of 4 steps, I framed the first step as the starting point of our new service so that I could show 3 simple steps. When possible, always try to show 3 elements, 3 steps, 3 reasons, 3 whatever. Research shows that people are more persuaded in batches of 3. 2 is not enough, while 4 is a little bit too effortful, and it can sometimes seem suspicious, as if the marketer is trying too hard to convince you of their product or service. Next would be this form. Whenever I design forms, I always try to add foreground cues. Here, we have the same image, I just blurred it a little so that it's less distracting, but we also have this overlapping box with a shadow behind it. This form now feels physically closer to you, as if it's right there, right in front of you. So when you imagine filling out this form, this mental simulation subconsciously just feels easier, and if it feels easier to do, then you're more likely to do it. Next would be these dials. These graphics are trying to communicate that most businesses operate below maximum efficiency and that DCI will improve your efficiency in all of these different areas. And if you hover over these dials, you can see an animation of it increasing with a case study on the left. Now, this current approach is a little cluttered and pretty confusing. I came up with this instead. Most businesses operate below maximum efficiency, and then a list of bar graphs. I would simplify the appearance of these case studies as well, but let's just focus on these bar graphs. This design is going to be easier to understand because of two main reasons: the closer proximity between each element and the linear alignment. In the original design, these dials are farther apart, so it's harder to notice the differences between these dials. For example, look at these 4 rectangles. They look roughly the same size, but if you bring them closer together, your brain will start to notice the differences more easily. Plus, this circular shape prevents a side-by-side comparison. Your brain will look at a dial, and then it will need to bring this ghost-like memory to the next dial in order to make any type of comparison. Finally, let's go back to the website header. We need to avoid making any big claims in relation to money, but let's focus on the visual appearance of this website. Kirk is mainly going to be using this website as kind of like a slide deck for his sales presentations. So one could make the argument, well, who cares what it looks like? The only thing that matters is the content and the information. And I want to explain why that's not the case. There's a well-known effect in psychology known as the beauty bias, or what is beautiful is good. In other words, we perceive attractive people to be smarter, nicer, more trustworthy, and superior on virtually every positive trait. And if you peel back the layers behind this mechanism, you'll see why this effect also occurs in graphic design. This effect happens because seeing somebody attractive produces a pleasant sensation in our brain, and our brain doesn't realize that this pleasant emotion is coming from the physical appearance of this person. So our brain attributes this positive emotion to many other aspects about this person. So in the context of a website, we think, can I trust the information on this website? Well, I have a good feeling about this website, so yes, I can trust this information, not realizing that our good feeling is coming from the visual appearance, something unrelated to the trustworthiness of the site. What you say is obviously important, but how you say it and how it looks can often be equally, if not more important. And that's probably enough for one video. If you want me to help you with your marketing or website, maybe even in a case study like this, feel free to email me. I'll put my contact information below, and I'll see you next time.